All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a massive claim from our source material. And believe it or not, it's all packed into just 5 little words. Let's get to it. And there it is. A pretty monumental claim, wouldn't you say? It's not just hinting at some small improvement, it's promising the future. So the big question that's going to drive this whole explainer is, what on earth does this actually mean? Let's break it down piece by piece. To really get our heads around the big picture here, we have to start small, like incredibly small. We're going to start by unpacking that first part of the phrase, silver nanoparticles, and we'll begin with the nano itself. So what in the world is a nanoparticle? Well, it's a particle that's so unbelievably small, it's measured in nanometers. And a nanometer is 1/1000th of a meter. It's a scale that's almost impossible to really picture in your head. We're talking about the level of individual atoms and molecules here. Yeah, saying 1/1000th of a meter is, technically correct, but it doesn't really give you a feel for it, does it? To truly grasp the world we're talking about, we're going to need a better comparison. Okay, try this on for size. Imagine you could hold our entire planet, all of Earth, and it was the size of a soccer ball in your hands. At that massive scale, a single nanoparticle would then be about the size of that soccer ball. That is the mind-bogglingly tiny world we are operating in. All right, so hopefully we've wrapped our heads around nano. Now for the second part of the term. I mean, we've got a whole periodic table of elements to choose from, right? So why silver? What makes it the element of choice? And this is a really crucial question. The title doesn't say gold nanoparticles or carbon nanoparticles. It's very specifically silver. There has to be something unique about this element when you get it down to the nanoscale that makes it the future. Turns out, silver has some truly special properties. At the nanoscale, its high conductivity could lead to hyper-efficient electronics. And you've probably heard about its antimicrobial power, right? Well, that gets a massive boost because these tiny particles can easily disrupt bacterial cell walls. They also interact with light in really unique ways, which could be harnessed for all sorts of advanced sensors and imaging. These properties are exactly why silver is at the heart of so many of these future technologies. So we've tackled silver nanoparticles. Now let's get to the most ambitious part of this whole phrase and see how it all builds, the future of technology. This is where the claim really goes from science to something that sounds a lot like science fiction. The future of technology isn't just about a new gadget. It's promising a complete shift in how things work. So where might this revolution actually take place? What parts of our lives could be completely transformed? This is a map of some of the most exciting possibilities. In medicine, imagine these tiny particles coated with drugs, guided like little missiles to target cancer cells directly, which would minimize damage to healthy tissue. It's incredible. In electronics, their conductive properties are being used to try and create transparent, flexible circuits for the next generation of displays and wearables. And in materials science, you could embed them into fabrics to create self-cleaning surfaces, or add them to composites to make them lighter and stronger than anything we've seen before. So after deconstructing this bold statement, from the tiniest particles imaginable to the biggest promises for our future, where do we end up? What is the ultimate takeaway from all of this? Our whole journey today started with just 5 words from our source material. We've peeled back the layers on each one, the nano, the silver, and the future, to really see the enormous potential that's packed inside this idea. And it all really comes down to this one question. We've seen how manipulating matter at the nanoscale can unlock these incredible properties in an element like silver. The potential applications in medicine, electronics, and materials, they are truly revolutionary. So while the future of technology is a very bold claim, it's pretty clear that silver nanoparticles will be a key ingredient in shaping whatever comes next. It's definitely something to think about.